Welcome everybody to another episode of the Nerd Continuity, where we talk about design, development, and other random stuff that we find online. And this week we have a lot of random stuff, but we will be mostly focused on the new version of WordPress. And we're going to talk about a really interesting argument that related not only to design and development, but it's related pretty much to every field, like every aspect of our life. So, because of this main topic, and I'm gonna tell you in just a moment, I'm not alone today. I have a special guest here and a beautiful person that is way smarter than me and has a lot of thoughts about this thing. And her name is Sabrina, and she's my girlfriend. If you don't know already, she's always with me and she listens to me blubbing and talking nonsense at this microphone. So, hello, Sabrina.
Hi guys.
So, present yourself. Who are you and what are you doing other than living with me and listening to my stupid things all day long?
So I'm Sabrina. I live with Alex and
I'm sorry about it.
I'm currently working in a startup, and in my spare time I really like to dedicate myself to creative projects, especially blogging and photography. And what else?
That's pretty much it. And
Yeah,
you
I
love
think so.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
You love movies.
I really spend a lot of time watching Netflix, maybe too much. Yeah.
Okay, so the main topic of today is something that a lot of my users and a lot of subscribers, a lot of you guys actually asked, like pretty much in mails and comments on YouTube, is like, how do you manage time and how can you avoid to get frustrated when you're learning something new? In my particular case is like learning a new coding language or learning a new development software or learning something new related to the IT, so something technical. But Sabrina, during your life, your really long and expensive lifestyle, you learned a lot of different things. You studied Japanese when you were young.
Yeah.
Totally amazing and different and really hard language. You are a writer. You wrote a book in Italian. Now you're writing a book in English. Then you learning how to do accounting. Then you learned how to manage the operation in a startup. You work in a lot of different fields and in different jobs. And you tried also to learn how to code at the beginning,
Yeah,
right?
I tried a bunch of different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so before going to that, is like it's gonna be a really interesting conversation because Sabrina, of course, she's super shy, but she has a lot of thoughts about it. Hopefully I will force her to spit it out. But before doing that, what I want to talk to you about just quickly to the new version of WordPress. They just released the release candidate of WordPress 4.4. The release candidate means that WordPress, the new version, officially passed all the alpha and beta testing, and the release candidate, or shorten it as RC, it's the last release before the official publication. Sometimes if the developers find a lot of massive bugs, they can release the release candidate number 2, release candidate number 3, but it's really unusual, this kind of stuff. So after the release candidate, pretty much that's it. Pretty much is ready to go. And the version 4.4 of WordPress is coming with a lot of new options and a lot of new features. That's pretty cool. The most obvious feature is going to be like a new theme that is going to be the 2016. And it's interesting to take a look at the design of this new theme. It's like, it looks like the more we go on with WordPress and the less complicated and the less, I don't know, how does it look, this 2016 theme for you? It's really streamlined. It's really simple.
It's really minimal. Yeah.
It's super minimal. That's right. So I remember the 2014 was kind of a groundbreaking because it was really complex, a lot of cool widgets and a nice sidebar, nice navigation. But already the 2015, it looks totally like a simple blog. And now the 2016, it's like really, really simple, streamlined. You have, of course, customization options, has a sort of logic of like a mobile first approach that it's kind of cool, but it looks really, really minimal. It's kind of look, I don't know, boring or something.
No, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's really, it's interesting.
It's not chaotic, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting though, because from the last statistics, like I think the 20% of the website of the entire world are running WordPress. So this website, of course, include also companies' website, e-commerce, all this kind of stuff that are not really blogs. Like, of course, WordPress has a huge part in the blogging world. Also, your personal blog is on WordPress. But the amount of customization that you can do on WordPress, it's pretty unlimited. So it's interesting seeing the default theme of WordPress is not showing at all anything, any aspect of this huge customization. It's kind of like, I don't know. In my opinion, maybe developers should be a little bit of show off. Like, okay, WordPress is this new version, so that's what you can do. That's really like the new theme is just mind blowing. So that's what you could achieve with WordPress. We will check that later, but it's pretty simple.
It's very magazine style.
Magazine style?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It looks like a personal blog. No? What do you think?
Magazines now are like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mobile first. Everyone is reading their stuff on their cell phone.
Yeah,
they don't
just
use a
on the
desktop
phone.
anymore. Another important addition and feature of WordPress 4.4 is the responsive images. So in a previous episode of this podcast, the Nerd Continuity, we talked about the responsive images process. If you want to use different images from different resolution, you can use a source set HTML attribute, and you can specify media queries inside your source set. You can specify different images inside one single huge HTML markup that will automatically handles pretty much all the derivation. And this stuff is really complicated. Like, it's not human coded, like manually coded, but has to be handled automatically. And WordPress is coming with this new amazing functionality. So already with Jetpack, you have a free CDN where you can upload your images. Now with this new implementation, you can just upload one single image and WordPress will automatically generate different images for different resolution and will automatically swap those images based on the user device and the user speed connection. The last thing is the last of many, many things, of course, but it's something that it's noticeable and it's going to be like really important for users, especially for bloggers, is the embed functionality of WordPress. Right now, WordPress has a pretty sweet embed functionality inside the text editor. So when you copy paste a tweet or a Facebook link or something, automatically a Twitter card or a Facebook card, a Google Plus card, so something related to social media will generate inside your blog post. So it creates a pretty sweet experience. It's not just a link or something that you have to style. The developers of WordPress, they extended these embed functionalities, and pretty much now they're saying that the support of the web standard O embed, it's working for nearly all the sites. So it's gonna work for YouTube, Flickr, Twitter, and Facebook, Google Plus, and other social media. So it's pretty good. Do you use a lot these embeds functionality in your blog post?
Yeah, I use especially from YouTube, but also Twitter, when I have to quote some tweets. Yeah.
For how long have you run your blog on WordPress? When did you start using WordPress on your blog?
When did was 2010.
2010 was version like 2.9 or
I don't
something?
remember.
Something like that?
Pretty old,
Yeah. And how hard was to like embed a video or create a nice gallery?
Oh my god, yeah. Uploading the pictures was like the worst part ever. Now it's pretty cool, the gallery. I really like that.
Yeah, you're actually using the Jetpack integration of the gallery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's really, really cool.
It's easy
Like,
to manage.
guys use that, yeah.
Yeah, she loves the new WordPress.
Oh my God, yeah.
After we upgraded to the new version of WordPress, everything ran so smoothly. And do you remember, now we're derailing a little bit from the main topic, but you remember when after every upgrade of the new version of WordPress, nothing was working anymore. Like you had a theme, you had a bunch of blog posts, you update from version 2.7 to 2.8 and everything was broken.
Yeah, no, like I had to go back and manually edit all the posts, especially the ones with pictures.
That was terrible. Yeah. That was a huge struggle. Well, now, I don't know if you noticed, but after version 4, pretty much all the updates are seamlessly. Like I never had a problem of upgrading my WordPress to a newer version or upgrading my plugins. So it's really cool. Like nothing gets destroyed or nothing gets damaged inside your pre-existing theme, and that is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm really happy with WordPress right now.
Okay, awesome. So WordPress 4.4 is set to be released on December 8th. So hopefully if they don't find any massive disruptive bugs, we will have a pretty sweet new version of WordPress on 4.4. And of course, I'm going to do tutorials about this new version because why not? A lot of new APIs, a lot of new functions that will help us developers improve whatever we are doing with WordPress. So let's switch to the main topic finally. How to manage your time when you have a lot of stuff to do, and how do you fight frustration when you're learning something new? So let's start with how do you manage time? And Sabrina, how do you manage your time? Don't say really poorly because everyone does that.
My spare time, like except from
Your general time, like you work full time and then you manage a blog.
Yeah.
And then you study at the university, and then we have a house and a dog to take care. You do also videos on YouTube, so
yeah, I'm trying that.
Yeah,
what to do? I really love to-do lists. I think they're pretty useful. Mm-hmm. So you can just write your to-do list, I don't know, in the morning, or I usually do that in the weekend. So I have my list of tasks for the week to do basically just during the evenings, nights, because of course I work all day. So I think that one is pretty useful. So like you have to write down just simple tasks, like simple steps, not things too difficult or too long to deal with, because otherwise you're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's one of my problems. Yeah. Also, I actually write a to-do list for one day with like 45 different elements.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. So you wanna just write down maybe one thing per night. Like at least you do that and you feel you accomplished something, because I think it's important that you feel that you made something, like, oh my God, I've done this.
Yeah, the accomplishment
like it's a
feeling.
It's a great feeling. So you want to go on, like you feel that you accomplished something.
Yeah, you feel satisfied.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna just get frustrated. Like if you write down like 10 things and you maybe accomplish 5 of them, then you're gonna get frustrated because I wasn't able to finish. Yeah. So it's not gonna work. So I think,
what about
my first step is to-do list.
So what about writing a to-do list to remember to write a to-do list?
To write a to-do list.
Is that does it count?
No, I don't know. I'm pretty like a nerd of to-do lists. So like I really like.
Yeah, I can confirm,
I really like
guys,
to write that.
Her desk and part of my desk too is like filled with papers and to-do lists on the board, and it's just like
I just really like to write down like notes and what I want to do, but I have to do lists like for the week and then for the month, for the year.
Oh,
like
so you have a to-do list also for the year.
For the year, yeah, these are like the big goals for the year.
Oh,
so nice. Yeah. So
That's
you have all
interesting.
like little steps, literally. Like
So
you have
you
to
say
take.
that maybe writing like is not productive to write, I don't know, learn the entire PHP library in the next week. Maybe because it's a big task, you should write it for the year. Like at the end of the year, I want to know how to code in PHP.
I think so because like first step you have to write down, I don't know how many hours you want to dedicate to this task. Maybe you work all day, so you're back home at like 5 or 6 p.m. Then you have dinner, you have to take care of other stuff, so maybe you have just one or like a couple of hours. So what can you do in a couple of hours? Like
Yeah, that's
just
right.
start from like this is time management, so you have to understand how much time you have and then what you can accomplish in that time. And I
Awesome.
think it's important that you know how much time you have and then you set a task that is gonna get accomplished in the time.
Great.
So this is yeah.
Yeah.
This is my advice for time management.
I do to-do lists too, but sometimes, as I said, I do too many tasks. I write down too many tasks in one single to-do list for the day, and so after the to-do list, my second advice is not to get overwhelmed by your own tasks, because of course everyone wants to accomplish something and everyone wants to finish whatever we have in mind, and we have like big projects, small projects, or whatever. But if you write down like 50 different tasks for the day, then you're gonna get overwhelmed by yourself. So it's like you're the boss of yourself and you're demanding too much to yourself. Do the to-do list, but don't get too overwhelmed by the amount of tasks. That's my opinion. For my personal experience, I have a lot to do. I do a lot of stuff. Like sometimes, and you can confirm it, Sabrina, like sometimes during the weekend I get like frustrated because, oh my god, I have to do this tutorial, I have to record another episode, I have to do groceries, and I have to go and walk with the dog, and then we have to meet with friends, and then I have to talk with my parents, and I have too many things, and I get so overwhelmed. So instead of recording 3 tutorials on Saturday morning, I just record one. And then I record another one on Sunday morning. So I streamline things. I still accomplish stuff, but of course less stuff, but I feel more rewarded and I feel happier.
Yeah, but you really want to do too much stuff.
Yeah,
like
no.
really too much.
Yes.
Like you can't push yourself exactly. No. And I think another thing after the to-do list that you can do is to set up a schedule of your activities, especially if you're starting something new, like learning something, taking a class, something like that. That has to be like done regularly. You have to set up a schedule, so you're gonna keep doing this, because it is another thing. Like, it's, for me personally, it's really easy to start something new because you get all like hyper excited, like
You
oh,
get
I'm
pumped up.
I'm starting something new, it's so cool. And then maybe like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks it's just getting like your routine, and you're getting like frustrated because maybe it's getting like more difficult. And so you just like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And you just like give up. And so you're not going to accomplish your like last goal that was like maybe like wrapping up this course or like finish what you were doing. So like, yeah, I think first to-do list, but it's like something to start, and then you have to set up your schedule.
Awesome. And this interesting point is leading us to the next argument and the next question that I received. Is how do you handle frustration? Because it's kind of normal. We are not robots. I wish we were.
Oh my god!
I wish we were like
sometimes.
cyborgs and like massive improvements in our body capacity, in our brain, but we're not. And learning something new, especially if you have a busy life, it can be really frustrating. And it's so easy to drop it when you're overwhelmed, as I said before. So how you, Sabrina, in your life, you did tons of different stuff, and you changed your field of study many times, you change your job many times, and you learn a lot of new things to follow your dreams. So how did you ever get frustrated? And if you did, how did you handle it? If you actually handle it, or you just like stood there and got frustrated?
Yeah, I got and I still get frustrated a lot. Like I'm always frustrated.
Yes.
No, okay, so that's so bad.
I confirm.
Yeah, because yeah, it's difficult, especially if you're working full time and then you have your own home, because you're not living with your parents. Like you have to handle like a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's difficult for sure. But I think what you have to understand is why you're doing it. Like I think that it's the main point. Like when you start something new, you're starting that because you like it, because you need it. So you have to like understand why, just that. So you have like your goal and like why you're doing it, and you can relate to that. So when you're frustrated or like you get bored or like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, you just think, yeah, but I'm doing this because it's gonna help me maybe with my job. Or like I really love this stuff. I really wanna learn about maybe a new coding language, because you really like it. You really wanna use it to do like interesting stuff. So I think it's that. Like, so when I get frustrated a lot, then I think why I'm doing that. So and that is happening like when I was at school, when I was like learning Japanese. I learned that because I really loved that. So why I was doing that? Because I really love that. Or like now I'm studying accounting and other like management classes and doing that for my job. So I like it, and it's really like gonna help me in the future to find like cool jobs. So I'm doing that. So yeah, I think you have to keep in mind the reason, basically. So I think if you have the reason like clear in your mind, you're not gonna give up. So I think when you give up is actually because maybe you lost your motivation. You don't see anymore the reason why you were doing this. And so, of course, it's like, if you don't know why you're doing it, of course you're gonna give up. Like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Like it's pretty normal to get frustrated, and especially when in the back of your mind you have the goal of finishing something. As you said, when you're learning like a coding language is something that I can totally relate, but this can be applied to every aspect of your life. If you don't have to be a developer, you don't have to work in an IT department, or you don't have to be a tech person, whatever you're doing. Your main goal is to finish something, to become someone. And to do that, you have to follow sometimes a pretty long process that can go on for years and years before you accomplish that result, that the main goal. And in the process, it's really easy to lose your focus on the final goal, on your target. Like if you lose the sight of your target and you start thinking only at the moment, like at the moment this section of PHP is really complicated, at the moment this function of WordPress is totally not understandable for me, you drop the learning, you drop your learning process, you drop your journey, you stop your journey in learning something because you get frustrated, and you find a solution, an alternative, easier solution for the problem that you have today, but you forget what your journey was for your tomorrow. That's my personal experience and that's my opinion, and I totally agree with Sabrina. You have to keep your mind fixed on your final goal that could come after many years of struggling and learning. But if you're focused on that and you keep following that, all the frustration is part of the job, it's part of the learning, it's part of your learning process. You can get frustrated, and frustration sometimes is good, because if everything is easy and everything is just comes so natural, it means that probably you're not pushing yourself hard enough. So you're going into the easy way. And I'm not saying that you should feel frustrated every time you learn something new. Absolutely. If you're like so like such a genius that you never feel frustrated and you understand everything, like really good for you. I'm really jealous.
Yeah.
But if while you're studying everything's so easy and you kind of already know what you're studying and nothing is challenging for you, probably means that you should do something else. You should do something a little bit more. You should challenge yourself. Like the best of us comes out when we challenge ourselves and we put ourselves in a situation that we have to solve it with our mind and with our skills. And that's great. It's a great feeling, like overcoming frustration and finding the solution of a problem that at the beginning was like sounded like impossible, and then you find a solution and you accomplish something new, amazing that you didn't know yesterday. It's an amazing feeling, and you should totally feel that way every time.
No, I really agree on that. Like, I really like learning. Like, maybe sounds weird, but like I really like
It doesn't sound
I really
weird.
like learning new stuff. And I think it's like amazing, like when you discover something that you didn't know, or you understand something that was like impossible to understand before. Like it's amazing. It's really great. And I really like that image of the journey. Like it's a really beautiful image, because like I can relate to that. Like a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now, a lot of stuff I'm working on right now is actually a journey, because I'm gonna see the final goal in, I don't know, couple of years. Like so it just started. But like it's cool because you have also like an objective, like a final goal, and it's something cool. Like anyway, you feel that you're accomplishing something like every day. Like step by step, you're going toward your goal. So like it's cool. Like I really like this journey image.
Yeah.
And like it would be boring, just like working, and then you come back home, and that's it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you need a challenge.
Maybe we are weird, but
Yeah, you need
we
to
are
challenge
too weird.
yourself sometimes.
But like we really like both of us, we really like challenging ourselves, learning something new, and setting up new goals to work towards.
Yeah.
It's pretty
So
cool.
at the end of the day, if it's totally normal to get frustrated. Just
It's cool. It's
use
great.
the frustration to push yourself, and never drop what you're doing. Like never stop because of frustration. Like if the frustration wins, everybody loses. So let's don't do that. Like just keep going. It's good.
You know what? I have an objection. Like if you feel so frustrated that you totally hate what you're doing,
Oh, sure.
maybe you have to ask yourself a question like what I'm doing, like why I'm doing this. Like we're going back to the reason why you're doing that, because if you feel like that you totally are hating what you're doing, maybe it's good that you stop. And it's good that you stop maybe at the beginning, like as soon as you like totally feel you can't totally do that.
Yeah. But
so you start
can,
something new.
You can understand this by, as you said, keeping your mind on your final goal.
Yeah.
If you really love your final goal and that's what you want to reach, keep doing it. Keep going.
Yeah, you have
but
to
if
overcome
you
the
start
frustration.
hating it and you realize that at the end of the day, like, do I really want that? Do I really want to become this person? Do I really want to accomplish that thing? If you start questioning your final goal, and your final goal is not anymore that amazing experience that you were looking for, just you can totally drop. Like you can totally
You
stop.
change your path. Maybe you were wrong at the beginning and you have to choose a new path. But when you find what you really wanna do, just do it. Like
just do it.
Frustration is pretty normal.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it just means that you're doing stuff that you just didn't know how to do. But
yes,
it's
exactly.
cool. Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for your time and your help. Really good thoughts and really good insights from your personal life. That it's also my personal life. So it's is that cheating that I ask question that I already know the answer? Maybe or maybe not. Who cares?
You really knew the answer?
No.
I don't know.
Is that a secret? She has secrets. Anyway, thank you guys for checking this podcast. If you're interested in learning new stuff, I have a sweet YouTube channel that probably you're already in. And I do WordPress tutorials, SaaS tutorial, developing tutorials, and I'm gonna start something new probably next month. I don't know if I have time and if I can write a proper to-do list to do that.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And if someone wants to follow Sabrina, where they can find you?
Or you can write all my links down below, right?
Absolutely. You can find all the links in the description below the video, but...
I'm Sabrina Miso, Miso. So if you just search for me on Google, it's just gonna be me.
She's everywhere. So you have a blog, you have your Twitter account, you write on your Facebook page.
I really use a lot Instagram, so if you wanna check my life in Vancouver, you're pretty welcome. And I have my blog, Facebook page, YouTube. I'm gonna try to make some new videos. So
we'll see.
Stay tuned.
I'm not gonna help her at all. I have my own videos. Okay. Well, thank you again, guys. And until next video, as usual, happy coding, even if it's not a tutorial, this one, but happy coding, because you have to be happy while you're coding. Anyway, thank you again, and see you next video. Bye.
Thank you, guys.